Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Today I'm just going to do this. I'm just have this quick video here to help you kind of get started on some of these concepts because they're a little bit tricky when we talk about half-life. So I'm just going to go right through some of these problems here. All right, the first one being, okay, what is the percentage of radioactive element after starting amount, half-life, one half-life, two half-life? Now remember, a half-life is the amount of time it takes for half the atoms to decay. And every isotope has a different half-life. So in this case here, if I start with 100% after one half-life, I'd be down to 50%. All right. Then after two half-lives, I take half of what's left, be down to 25%. And then a third half-life would be half of that, 12.5%. So these first few questions are just going to be kind of the same idea. All right. So how many half-lives have passed after each sample? If I start with 100% after one half-life, 50% to 3 half-lives. Kind of the same idea. All right. Let's do an example. These ones can be a little tricky to some people. All right. Uranium-235 has a half-life of 700 million years. How much of a 12-gram sample of uranium-235 will be left after? All right. So I'm starting with 12 grams. Right? 700 million years. That's one half-life. That symbol next to that one is the symbol for half-life. All right, that's one half-life. So that's going to be 6 grams. Sorry, I don't have the best stylus here. All right. 1,400 million years. That's going to be 2 half-lives. So I'm going to take half of what's left. That's 3 grams. And I can keep going. That's 1.5 grams. All right. Next. All right. Carbon-14 is a radioactive element that decays into carbon-12. The half-life of carbon-14 is 5,700 years. What percentage of unstable carbon and stable carbon will be left after? Okay, so after this is our first here's our first half-life, second half-life, third half-life. Both of these need to equal 100% because here's the amount of my unstable and amount of my stable isotope. All unstable isotopes become stable. So after one half-life, I have 50% still unstable, which means it's 50% stable. 2 half-lives, I'm down to 25%, which means actually the amount of carbon-12 in the sample is 75%. And we can keep going. So 12.5, that would make this 87.5. All right. I know I'm going kind of fast through these because I just want to make sure I'm being very straightforward. All right. This one here, the half-life of radium. All right. So these ones I'm going to introduce kind of a new way to do this. The half-life of uranium-226 is 1,600 years, 1,600 years. If we start with 8,000 grams of radium-226, how much will be left after 3,200 years? So this is the way I do it, all right? If I start with 8,000 grams, right, and in 1,600 years, I'm going to be down to 4,000. That's my first half-life. All right, that's a half-life there. My first half-life. All right, but I've only done 1,600 years, so I'm going to have to do another half-life. Here's another half-life. This first one would be 1,600 years, and now I have 2 of these. That'd be 3,200 years. I'd be down to 2,000 grams. All right. So another way you can just kind of approach it is just kind of look at, do kind of the math ahead of time. So if I'm looking at number 12, sodium-24 has a half-life of 15 hours. How much sodium-24 will remain in an 18-gram sample after 60 hours? Okay, so let's see. I can do a little bit of math ahead of time. If I have 60 hours and each half-life is 15 hours, that's going to be 4 half-lives, right? Because then it's going to go, I'm kind of counting, you can't see it, but I'm using my thumbs here, or my fingers here. 15 hours is 1, then 30, then 45, then 60. So I have to do 4 half-lives, or as I did up here, I would just draw 4 arrows. So I could do, 18, goes down to 9, then goes down to 3.5, which goes to 1.25, which then goes down to 0.625 grams. All right, 4 half-lives where I had, I'm going to just count them again, 15 hours, 30 hours, 45 hours, 60 hours. All right. This last one, number 13, is a little bit of a tricky one, but I'm going to leave that one up to you guys. All right, you have to think of reverse. I'll get you started though. All right. We started with 2 grams. We ended with 0.5 grams. A total of 42 days have passed. How many half-lives have occurred? And then that number of half-lives took 42 days, so you'll have to divide that by the number of half-lives. 42 days divided by the number of half-lives. Okay, so it's just a quick video on kind of go through some of them. I didn't do all of them because I still expect you guys to try some of them on your own. And, this can be a little bit challenging. Half-life is a challenging topic. So, all right, good luck, everyone. And thanks for watching.